Number one, it's either he doesn't really know his constitution or he probably doesn't really know how to be president. Tama si Inday Sara dyan.
Nakikita niyo po ba na hindi na misinformed or hindi na pagsabihan or mali ang sulsol ng mga consultant or kung sino man yung mga advisor niya sa kanyang naging mga pahayag recently? Dahil maliban po dyan sa issue ng drug test, nabanggit din niya doon sa speech, talumpati niya, na talagang nanindigan na walang blanco doon sa 2025 budget, na kahit na sa kabilahan ng mga pag-amin na mismo na meron niyang blanco doon sa BICAM report.
Well, I think he is now informed. Maybe he wasn't that informed when he called PRRD a liar, no? Dahil wala ngang blanco sa GAA. Pero ngayon, dapat sana alam na niya na people are talking about the bicameral conference report na may mga blanco. The petition filed by Congressman Ungab and Attorney Vic Rodriguez is precisely assailing that portion of the budget process. Pero itong si Bongbong Marcos, I mean, you know, he has the guts, no? He has the gall and the audacity to tell thousands, no, in fact 700 or even 1,000 or so lawyers of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines, some of whom are lecturers, retired justices, judges, and even in active service, no, na wala talaga siyang nakikitang blanco sa GAA. And nagyabang pa nga siya that he read 4,057 pages of the 4 volumes of the General Appropriations Act. At ang Admar, ito, kanina flawed yung logic niya about the hair follicle drug testing. After this one, ganon din, he also stated a logical fallacy, a very flawed logic. Why? Kasi ang sabi niya, wala talaga kaming nakitang blanco, although hahanapin daw nila, we will continue looking for it, but I'm sure, I'm not quoting him verbatim, pero parang sabi niya, I'm sure na walang blanco because they are not allowed to exist. Therefore, they do not exist, or they do not exist simply because they are not allowed to exist. That's a flawed logic. Kung sasabihin niya na walang blanco kasi hindi allowed na may blanco, no? Therefore, hindi nag-i-exist ang mga blanco. It's the same as saying na walang shabu dahil hindi allowed ang shabu. Pero we all know that shabu exists. So, talaga makikita nyo ang failure of this president, no, to apply the basic concepts of logic and the very basic premises of constructing a convincing argument, no, to a point na katawa-tawa na talaga siya na, and he did it doon sa almost 1,000 lawyers. Nakakahiya.
Opo, at maliban pa po dito ay nabanggit niya nung tinanong siya, kasi kini-question yung budget nga, no? Yung BICAM report na blanco, nilagdaan ito yung pinagbasihan para sa bill hanggang sa naging batas, at may question doon na sakaling katigan ito ng Korte Suprema, anong mangyayari? Ang kanyang sagot ay shutdown. Ang gobyerno daw ay magsha-shutdown. Malinaw din ito na hindi ba alam ng presidente kung ano po ang nasa saligang batas na sinasabi na magre-reenact kung ano yung previous na budget, yun yung magiging budget sa, halimbawa, kung ano yung budget for 2024, ito yung magiging budget for 2025. Ito'y nagpapatunay lalo na talagang maka-US talaga itong si Marcos Jr. kasi nga yung sinasabi niyang shutdown, dun sa Amerika talagang shutdown. Once na hindi po ma-enact yung budget mismo. Ano masasabi mo rito, Sir Ibi?
Yan na nga, no, Admar, no, MJ at mga kababayan. Talagang pinakita ni Bongbong Marcos dito sa kanyang sagot na number one, it's either he doesn't really know his constitution or he probably doesn't really know how to be president. Tama si Inday Sara dyan. Kasi nga, it's provided for in Article 6, Section 25, Paragraph 7 of the 1987 Constitution. At sinabi na yan ng mga eksperto, no, na if and when a budget is not approved at the end of any fiscal year, the preceding budget, in our case, the 2024 budget, will in effect become a reenacted budget for that year, in our case, 2025. So bakit niya sasabihin, we will shut down everything? Number one, the president cannot shut down everything, even without an approved budget. Precisely because there are mechanisms that will make the government continue to work. What will probably be shut down in his mind, na talagang hindi niya siguro alam, will be the appropriations on that specific budget na hindi na-approve or kinonsider as unconstitutional ng Korte Suprema at isinole doon sa Kongreso to cure any constitutional infirmities. No? May mga sakit na nakita ang Korte Suprema, ibabalik sa Kongreso at ngayon ay kanilang gagamutin para magiging constitutional siya. And it will not shut down everything. Maybe shut down some new specific line budget items na hindi aprobado doon sa GAA 2024. Kasi you will be now basing your budget for 2025 doon sa GAA 2024. Halimbawa, pag wala doon sa GAA 2024, talagang shutdown yon, yung part na yun. But ang sabi niya is we will shut down everything. And Admar and MJ, no, mga kababayan, bear in mind, if you contextualize it, no, there is already a pending petition in the Supreme Court, no, questioning the constitutionality of the 2025 General Appropriations Act. Bongbong Marcos was speaking in front of almost 1,000 lawyers with justices, retired justices, judges, people who know the law. And here you are, a college dropout, saying all these things na para bang he is blackmailing. Because the Chief Justice was there, his mundo. A Supreme Court Associate Justice, Marvic Leonin, was there in that gathering. Wala man lang siyang karespeto at delikadesa to say all those things na siya yung presidente at may nandyan ang dalawang and the Chief Justice was there and isang miyembro ng Korte Suprema was there at parang hino-hostage na niya yung buong gobyerno na magsa-shutdown in case the Supreme Court rules in favor of the petitioners, in this case Congressman Ungab, Attorney Vic Rodriguez et al. So talagang dito nyo talaga makikita na he is acting like a spoiled brat. Itong taong to na walang natapos sa kolehiyo at naging presidente lang dahil sa popularidad ng kanyang kapartner na si VP Sara, ay talagang nagyabang na, no, in front of all those legal luminaries, if I may say, Admar and MJ.
Opo, at kung sakaling gagawin niya ito, kung makakuha ng pabor mula sa Korte Suprema, yung mga petitioner at gagawin niya ito na ang sabi kasi niya dito, we shut down everything. So sila yung mag-shut down nito, di pa bagong paglabag na naman ito sa konstitusyon. Sakaling kanila pong gagawin.
Tama, no? Because because even if you are the president, no, there are mechanisms, no, that prevent you from shutting down everything. In fact, there are mechanisms na pagka walang presidente, halimbawa may gap, no, in between a succession of two presidents, no, automatic pa rin 'yan. Gumagana pa rin lahat 'yan, no? Kasi andyan 'yan eh. The process is already instituted. No, the process is there, no? Hindi tama na we will shut down everything. We will shut down everything. It's as if he owns the entire country and he owns the entire bureaucracy and that he owns the treasury or the entire country for that matter. Talagang sobra na talaga ang pag-iisip nito. Ewan ko kung Nasa planetang Mars ba or nasa Pluto na ba itong
Opo.
ano nito?
And Sir EB, maliban pa rito, yung ah, kalayaan ng mga tao na mag-question sa anuman sa ginagawa ng gobyerno, like kagaya po nitong kontrobersyal na 2025 budget, ay para sa kanya destabilisasyon. So parang if ever na mag-question at magpapasaklolo kasi tingin siguro ng ibang mga tao, personality, wala nang ibang makasasandalan pa kundi doon sa pinakamataas na korte natin, pero itatag agad na parte ng destabilisasyon. Ano po ang nakikita nyo rito? Lalo na sa mga gustong magreklamo kasi hindi na nila nagugustuhan ang kasalukuyang pamamahala. So, nandun pa rin yung censorship.
Yan na nga, Admar, no, MJ, no, mga kababayan, no. This is a very snowflake president, a very snowflake administration na pagka pinuna ay destabilization kaagad, no. Kaya nga tingnan nyo yung ginagawa nila doon sa KOJC, if we remember, ginawa nila sa mga quote-unquote mga kalaban nila sa politika, suspension here and there, eventually wasting 200 million pesos worth of ballots dahil minadali ng COMELEC ang pagdidiskwalipika, tapos na-issuehan ng TRO ng Korte Suprema. So tapos ngayon pag may nagrereklamo ay talagang destabilization na, wala na bang parang wala nang puwang sa kanila ang parang absolutism na, no, totalitarian na ang ibig sabihin ba pagka ginawa nila at sinabi nila, yun na talaga ang gospel truth at yun na talaga ang tama. They have a monopoly of what is right at wala na tayong karapatan na questionin sila. And in fact, constitutional questions will always be filed in the Supreme Court. At yan talaga, kasi pag hindi ka weak, no, ang isang leadership, you would welcome all those questions, especially on matters of constitutionality, on policies, on legislation, especially the budget now. They should welcome it, and they should take it as the time to shine, no. Halimbawa, they could argue their case pretty well in full view of the public and in the Supreme Court. Plus points nila yan eh. It goes to show na they are not confident of their position at baka nga delikado na mag-rule adversely ang Supreme Court diyan. Because I personally believe, seeing all those things, na may talagang may tsansa, malaking tsansa na ma-declare yan as unconstitutional. MJ and Admar.
Opo, sa tingin nyo po, kailangan pa ba siyang magsalita ukol dito sa budget pa? Kasi grabe yung pagdepensa, pero malinaw doon na sa BICAM report. So kumbaga, kung doon yung may problema, most likely ang mga taga-Congress, Senado at taga-House of Representatives yung magsasalita. And nabanggit na rin, Executive Secretary, na kung ito man ay merong blanco, labas na ang Pangulo dyan. Pero siya pa rin yung nagdedepensa na wala talagang mali doon sa 2025 budget.
Tama, no? At ako'y naguguluhan din, no? At nung in-interview niyo nga ako, nung pumutok tong issue na to, sinabi ko nga rin, no? Na lahat na lang ng ehekutibo ay nagsalita na in defense of Congress. Na ang may issue dito ay yung Congress mismo, and specifically itong Bicameral Conference Committee. Pero hanggang ngayon nga, sila pa rin ang nagtatanggol dyan. You know, we haven't even heard the Speaker of the House, Martin Romualdez. Well, I haven't heard. I don't know if he had issued any statement. We haven't heard from the former Appropriations Committee Chair, Zaldico, who has been one of the chairmen dun sa BICAM for the three budgets of 2023, 2024, and 2025. Pero it seems to me na Bongbong Marcos is taking the cudgels, no, for his brother doon sa Kongreso. Evidently, he is part and parcel of the whole process. And it reinforces our assertion na may talagang may sabwatan na irregular na nangyari, especially doon sa Bicameral Conference Committee.